All right, everybody, welcome to St. John Paul II's Parents Tech for Grades Pre-K through 2. I am Karen Hoover. I am the technology for the school, and I will be guiding you this evening through the technology information. We do have a Q&A, question and answer section. So if you do have questions, feel free to type them in, and I will be answering questions at the end of the session. And along the way, I will be sharing a lot of information. Feel free to take notes along the way. We will also be recording this information so you can refer back to it later as well. So tonight, on the agenda, I plan to give you a full technology update, let you know what's going on with technology in the school, let you know about our school initiative using Teams and how we're going to be using Teams, and give you a little bit of instruction so that if and when we end up going into a hybrid or going fully online at any point during the school year, you'll understand how to use Teams. Yes, even at the pre-K through second grade, as parents, we'll be asking you to use Teams to communicate with your teachers and to turn in assignments. So I'll be showing you how to do that. We'll also briefly go through some of the other online resources that you'll be using in the classroom with your teachers. And of course, we'll wrap up with all the contact information that you need to have for the school. All right, so the tech update, let's get started with that. So this year for pre-K and kindergarten, each of those grades will have a classroom set of Android tablets for use, so that each student will have their own assigned tablet to use under teacher supervision. And they will be, using those during assigned times, in the classroom, and they will not be sharing those with other students. So that way the tablets can be sanitized, and there will not be a high risk of cross-contamination, and the teachers, will determine when and how they will be used in their classrooms, but there will be enough tablets for all of the students. Yay! In first grade this year, very exciting news, we have been able to acquire a classroom set of iPad minis this year. And we moved to the iPads in order to accommodate the testing that we do for the NWEA, the MAP testing. So the software that we use for that testing works on Apple, but does not work on Android. So we made the decision to move to a full classroom set of iPads just for first grade. That way the first grade does not have to share again. Each child will be assigned an in-class tablet, iPad, and when testing time comes, they will be able to do that on the iPad. But the added benefit is that any other classroom use, the other programs that we use throughout the year also work on the iPads, so the students will be able to use them for, additional resources throughout the year as well, again, as determined by the teacher. Now, tablets in pre-K through first grade, they do not go home. So those stay at the school. Even in the event of us going to a hybrid or a fully online structure, the tablets are not intended to go home with students. If you are in a situation in which you need additional devices at home, we will arrange to get your family a school laptop for use in those situations. All right, so let's talk about technology in second grade. Second grade technology uses the laptops that are in the first grade laptop cart. Now the laptops are shared among second, third, and fourth grade. However, we have we are in the process of acquiring a special cart that will disinfect the laptops in between use. So you put the laptops on the cart and it uses ultraviolet technology to completely disinfect, kill all the germs, anything that's on the laptops in between use, so that the laptops will be ready to go for the next class. So that's very exciting news. We were very pleased to find that technology and be able to order it for the school. The bad news is that we are still waiting on the orders that we placed for technology. Everything is back ordered and has been all summer. So we don't have it in on hand yet, so we are still waiting for it. And we have worked out a schedule for the laptops so that the cart will remain with one class in a cohort for a day, so that the cart will not be traveling from one class to another in any given day. It will stay within a cohort for a day and will be completely disinfected overnight before it is sent to another classroom. And that is going to be a temporary measure until we do receive the new cart. And we are not the only school in this predicament, that the technology that we have ordered had over the earlier in the summer, just everything is back ordered, and we're just waiting for supply to catch up with demand. So as soon as it comes, we'll let you know. We'll be shouting from the rooftops to let everybody know when everything arrives. I know I will be personally celebrating when it arrives. So in the meantime, though, second grade will be using the laptops, and they will be training up on them. Right. So let's talk for a couple of minutes about our school-wide teams initiative. So when we went to distance learning in the spring, we decided, since we're already using Microsoft Office 365, we're a Microsoft school, we already have the products, we decided to go with Teams as our main vehicle for delivering and maintaining our distance learning. And it made sense. We trained the students, we trained the teachers, but the one thing we hadn't taken into account at the time was that parents would also need some kind of training, and it made for some challenges, especially early on, and we've learned from that, and hopefully we've grown from that. So we have decided that Teams has definitely been growing as well. Microsoft has made some wonderful improvements over the last few months as well, and it has become a very robust platform for maintaining an educational program. It's actually really good for daily use, and not just for a distance learning program. So Teams becomes the linchpin of our learning models, and that's where we are, because it's offering us an opportunity to give our students an intentional learner-centered blend of tools that allow us to interact with them in a consistent manner that it doesn't matter where they are. It doesn't matter if they're in school or at home, right? If they're at home or if they're at a caregiver's, it does not matter, right? And that becomes the cornerstone, that it doesn't matter if we are in school today and tomorrow the state shuts down and we need to go all distance learning. We still log into Teams and we have everything we need in Teams, and we do our check-ins and we find our assignments and our resources, and we do our communications through there, and we're good to go. So if we're using Teams as the basis for our communication and the basis for our resources, then it just makes it easier for any transition that we need to do throughout the school year, depending upon what happens, you know, with, you know, anything that's going on health-wise in the state. All right, so we are going to establish routines, and we'll be able to move between them, you know, easily. So each parent, each family in pre-K through 2, you will receive a family login that's based on the student last name, the family last name. So we're taking the last name of the student, and that last name will form the basis of the login. So tomorrow, all right, you need to check your personal email accounts for the family login. You will receive this login with directions to go in. When you go in, you will be given a temporary password and you will be asked to change the password. There is one login per family. So if there are multiple people using the login, then you are going to need to agree on a password, okay, and share that between you, because we can't have multiple passwords, or you can't have different passwords on that account. All right. So just be aware of that. One login per family, all right? And if you have children in multiple grades, say there's one in pre-K and one in kindergarten, or one in kindergarten and one in 2nd grade, there's still one login. You'll use that login. You'll be in the kindergarten team and you'll be in the 2nd grade team, or the pre-K team and the kindergarten team. You'll see both of those teams, okay, when you log in. So you will be added to the appropriate team, okay, with your login, your family login. One login per family gets you into the teams you need to be in, all right? And you should be looking for that tomorrow. And Teams is meant to be the primary mode of communication between the teacher and the parents. So please get in the habit of checking Teams daily, because the teachers are going to be posting daily check-ins. They'll be putting up some daily information. Just to get everybody in the habit of looking at Teams, so that if and when we do need to make a switch, or when there is important information, if you're already in the habit of checking Teams every day, you're not surprised, right? Because you're in the habit, so it'll be there and you know where to find the information. Teams is going to be the primary mode of communication between the teachers and the parents, not necessarily the school. School communications come from the office and they come to you through the ROAR and through text messages and emails from Mr. Fitzgerald and from Mrs. Ruvolo in the office. That's different when they're school-wide communications. I'm just talking about teacher-parent communications from the classroom, okay? Those are going to be done primarily in your grade, your class teams, right? Teacher-parent communications in teams. All right, so let's do a quick overview of Teams. When you log into Teams, all right, you will see something that looks something like this. This is now based on a computer login. By the way, Teams is an app that works on any device except a Kindle. I wish it worked on a Kindle too, but right for now it doesn't. So it works on any device except a Kindle. All right, so it does look different on your phone, and this again is based on a computer login, but you can get the idea. Teams is broken into a couple of different spaces. You have the Me space to the left of the screen. So the Me space is the stuff that belongs to you, your activity, your chat, the teams you belong to, okay? The assignments that are your child's, all right? Then there's the We space, which is the stuff that everybody sees. That would be the posts, just like social media, right? When you have the general chat and you have all of that going on in the middle where everybody sees everything, okay? Now, in addition, over here to the left, but on the side, we have what we call the channels. The channels are basically the topics, the areas that have the posts and the files and all of that. Each channel has its own posts and files. So the general area is just that, is the general class area. Now, every class team is going to have in it a questions channel, which is reserved for questions. If you have questions for the teacher, put them in the questions channel. The teacher will be monitoring that channel for questions and will answer them there. And a social channel, which is for just what it sounds like, socializing. So anything that's non-school related, all right? And if your child does something a special, did something you're proud of and you want to share it, you put it in the social tab. Kids really love to share pictures of their pets. You know, that'd be the place to put it in the social tab. You know, if we go all distance learning and your child really wants to talk to their best friend from class, you can, you know, have them talk to each other in the social channel. You can do all of that. That's what that channel is for, okay? That's for socializing. It's for non-school related stuff. So don't put non-school related stuff in the general channel or the questions channel. You keep non-school stuff, you know, social stuff in the social channel. All right, so every class team will have a questions channel and a social channel. Your teachers can add any other channels they want. So it is entirely up to them how they wish to organize their information and how they want to set up their teams. So they will, you know, set it up and it will make sense to them and they will explain it to you and how they're going to, you know, have everything run. Okay. And they will run through that with you, you know, when it's set up and when they're ready. So I'm not going to worry too much about that as long as you understand that when you click on a channel where this is pointing to the channels, right now we're in the general channel, you're going to see the posts, all the chat for that channel, right? And if I click on a different channel, I'll see the posts for that channel. It's just like you're changing channels on the TV, right? I'm going to a different channel. All right. So in addition to this, Okay, up at the top, you'll see I have tabs up at the top here. That's what it's pointing to. So we have posts, we have files, there's notebook. There are multiple tabs at the top. So your teachers can put things that they want you to be able to find quickly at the top of the channel, at the top of the general we space. All right. So for example, when we get to the other resources, online resources that you will be using in these classes, your teachers can actually put the links to those other resources right here as a tab, so you can get to them very quickly. They'll just be there in Teams, right as a tab. Just click on it whenever you need to go. All right. Okay, and also message options down here at the bottom. If you're replying to a message, please click reply. Don't create a brand new thread to reply to someone because it will get lost in the shuffle. Believe me, especially as a lot of messages get posted. So if you're replying to someone, please click reply. And if you are creating a new message, you'd start typing a new conversation and then, click on the little arrow to hit send. All right. You also have options to add stickers, emojis. You can have fun with this, those kinds of things as well. You can also like, you have the option to like these posts just like you do on, say, Facebook, right? Or some of the other social media channels. You can, or social medias, you can, like different posts the same way you do there. So it's got a very, Teams is heavily influenced by social media, so it operates very similarly, all right, when you're using it. Okay, so general expectations just overall when you're using Teams is that make sure that you kind of set up a routine where you're checking into Teams daily. Just follow any routine set by your teacher. Some of your teachers may decide, like, they set up like an end of the day, here's what we did today. And you might want to just check in to see what happened during the day. Some of your teachers may set up in the morning or the day before, here's what we're doing tomorrow. How they decide to do it is how they're going to do it. So just follow whatever routine your teacher sets up. And if you, like I said, get into that routine of checking Teams on a regular basis, on a daily basis, then you won't be surprised when any changes are happening or when something is going on. We want to establish that clear communication, daily communication from the get-go. All right, so we're ready no matter what happens this year. All right, responses, again, please put them in a reply if it's a response, not a new thread. That's just as a courtesy. Make sure that any questions are being asked in the questions channel. And please keep your non-school conversations to the social channel. And all posts in all channels must be respectful and school appropriate. Now I'm putting this here because I know that the parents are mostly going to be the ones who in pre-K through 2 who are going to be posting things, but I'm thinking in particular in the social channel when there may be times when you let your children perhaps interact with their friends, and you're going to want to make sure that you supervise them and make sure that they're staying respectful and appropriate at all times, because kids can get silly or not always stay appropriate at all times. So just be aware. That's all. Thank you. All right, moving on. So let's move on to assignments in Teams. So assignments in Teams, assignments are just another tab at the top. So I switched to a different team and a different view because I happen to have this one set up. So you see this is in the general channel. So here we are in a channel. I'm in the sandbox team. And if I look at the tabs at the top, I have it boxed. We're in the assignments tab, okay? And if I click on the assignments tab, what happens is when I click on the assignments tab, oh, look, I can see that there is an assignment that is due. Okay, so what's going to happen is if I click on that assignment, all right, I am going to have the option now. You can see the directions here. It is sample daily work. It is tagged as daily work. I can see the due date, and here are the directions. Please complete the questions on the attached Word document. So there is a Word document that has been attached. I also have the option to add work, and I can see that it's worth 10 points. Now notice over here, I can just click on this. I can click where it says daily work and open it. Or if you look to the right-hand side, there are the ellipses. That's the 3 dots to the right-hand side. And if I click on those, I get options. And in this case, the options are to open in Teams, open in Word, open in Word Online. I have the option to open in Word because I have Microsoft Word installed on my computer. If Word is not installed in the computer, then you can't open it in Word, and you would only be able to open it in Teams or open it in Word Online. Of course, you can also download it. So you can, if you can't for some reason open the daily work, if I click on it and it's not opening, I can go to the ellipses and choose a way to open it. There's always at least 3 ways in anything Microsoft to open something. So if I click it and it's not opening for whatever reason, then I go to the ellipses and I find a way to open it. All right, so I can work on the assignment. All right. Okay. Also, when I work on the assignment, once I have worked on the assignment, if I work on it, it will automatically save it and keep it here for me as long as I don't download it. If I download it, I'm going to have to add it back by adding it here, by adding work. Or if I want to add something additional, I can also add that here. So I would click on add work, and when I click on add work, it's going to pull up a menu. And you can see up at the top left, I have the online options like a OneDrive, or I can create a new file or link to something online. Or at the bottom, I have the ability to upload from the device. So let's say you took a picture of your child who just completed a project, and or you took a picture of their work and you save that picture. Then you can upload that picture to Teams, and once you upload the picture to Teams, you can just, or once you save that picture, you can upload it to Teams and submit it here with assignments. Once you've done that, you just click on Turn In. You can see that's highlighted, and once you turn it in, it's turned in, and you can see here it would be turned in, and it tells you it's turned in, which is good. And you have the undo turn in if you decide you want to go back and work on it. All right, so that's really cool. One of the really neat things about Teams is when you turn in an assignment, it gives you this really fun, cool, entertaining graphic. Watch, this is always fun. I enjoy this. Whee! And it's different every time. It's not always a rocket ship. I just happen to really like the rocket ship. So you get a little rocket ship here, you get an ice cream cone, you get a unicorn, you get a dragon. There's lots of fun ones, a whole bunch of them that pop up. It's just a cute little reward for turning in your work, which is a lot of fun. Okay, so you've turned in your assignment. Awesome. So now you're done with it, right? Well, almost. Once you've turned in your assignment, it's important to also keep track and make sure that You can tell when assignments have been graded. You can tell if the teacher has made any comments on your assignment, and you're going to want to keep track of your assignments in your Me space on the left-hand side. See how you have assignments here on the left now? So if we go ahead and we click on the Me space, remember Me space is on the left side. Okay, and I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to choose my class. Okay, so I'm going to choose my sandbox class. And I'm going to just point out here, look at this. As soon as I pull up my class, I can see, oh my goodness, look at this. I have past due assignments. I never turn those in. And it says past due and they're in bright red. I should, yeah, look at those due dates. I should probably get on those, huh? I think I'm a little bit behind. Okay. But in addition, take a look at this. I have morning work that was turned in, and look at this. Do you see how it has this little box, little like comment bubble next to the grade? That means that there's a comment on my work. So the teacher left comments for me. Oh, the teacher left comments for me. Okay. Then that means, all right, if the teacher left comments for me, then I am going to click on that and I can see the comments right here where it says feedback. Oh, the teacher liked my work. Okay. Nice there. And so there it is. Nice job. I got 9 out of 10 points. Woohoo! And I don't need to do anything extra. But if, let's say, I had forgotten to do a piece of it and the teacher had said, hey, you're missing a piece, please redo it and turn it in again, then this would be where I would keep track of that and I could redo the work. What just happened? I don't know. That was different. Okay. So anyway, and I could turn it in again if I need to, and I would do that right there. All right, so that's how you would deal with assignments. So you have assignments in the general space, so you can see where, when, like each day, if there is a new assignment, and you also have the assignments, you can just keep track of them all in the Me space, and you never have to go in the general space if you don't want to. All right, so let's talk about the other online resources. Now, kindergarten through 2nd grade are using the Super Kids reading program and Envision Math. Now, pre-K kids are using Footsteps Brilliance, and Mrs. Smith is going to be giving you guys that information when she's ready. So anyone from pre-K will be receiving that from Mrs. Smith. For Super Kids and Envision Math, you'll receive email from your child's teacher with the login information for that. And also remember that links to these, to get into the login screens for these programs will also be in your Teams. So there will be shortcuts for them to make it easier for you as well. Okay. So you can get there. So be on the lookout for those emails from your teachers. Okay. And I want to wrap up this part of the program with our contact information. Your classroom teachers. I just realized I started with kindergarten, and we have Mrs. Smith in pre-K, who is J. Smith at jpii.org, and we have Mrs. Calla in kindergarten. We have Mrs. Kelly in 1st grade and Mrs. Samatero in 2nd. If you need to get in touch with anyone in administration, if you need the office, you can get in touch with Mrs. Ruvalo. You can get in touch with Mr. Fitzgerald at principal@jpii.org. And if you have questions about anything about the finances or aftercare or anything that has anything to do with money, you can contact Mrs. Leyden, our business manager. Okay, and if you have any problems or any questions at any point with Teams or have any technical issues, just contact the help desk. that we have set up at helpdesk@jpii.org. All right, so at this point, we will be taking questions.
Okay, got our first one, getting ready to publish it to you. Will you see it if I publish it?
I can definitely go ahead and do that. Let me just stop sharing my screen. Okay. All right.
Can you see it?
Hang on just a sec. All right. Okay. Okay, so the first question I see is for pre-K, if we do go hybrid remote, what type of technology do we need to have at home? I have pre-K twins. Will they each need their own device? Generally, they will not need to have their own devices. They can share a device at the pre-K level. That would be absolutely fine. They can use a tablet, they can use a computer, they can use whatever you have handy. The only device, again, that our technology doesn't seem to work with is Kindle. So if you have any other devices at home besides a Kindle, you're set. In fact, it even works on a cell phone. So if they, need to, they can, watch any of the videos or live streams from Mrs. Smith on a phone in a pinch, and participate as well. In the spring, we did some live class show and tells and some live class participations, and some kids did join in from cell phones and it worked fine. So whatever you have available. Okay. Any other questions? That's it?
Will returning periods published? Will returning parents of second graders have the same login teams as last year? There it is. They published it.
Returning parents from last year. Yes, we'll have the same login that they had last year. Yes. And if you have forgotten your login information and need me to reset the password, just let me know. And I will do that. Okay, but once they get to third grade, students are logging in with their own accounts. So anyone who was in second grade last year, students going into third grade have their own logins. Parents are not logging in third grade.
Did you get the one from Robert?
Which one? The kindergarten purchase the same tablets used in the kindergarten class? I could.
Sure. Kindergarten breaks the tablet in school. Does the school cover the repairs?
They shouldn't. Well, accidental things, yes, but they are taught proper care, and they only use the tablets while supervised. So far we've been using the tablets for what, 5 years, and we've not had any significant breakage yet. We've been really good. So yes.
Ready for the next one?
Yes. I'm not actually seeing. What? Oh, published. I need to go to.
Wanted to purchase the same tablets used in the kindergarten class. Would you please provide the modeling dimensions?
Sure. I could do that. Absolutely. Yes, I don't, they're just they're Samsung tablets. I can get them. I don't have them with me, so the exact model number I will have to dig out for you afterwards, but you could certainly email me. My email is technology. I'll just put that in the announcement. So if you have questions for me directly, at gpi.org, that is my, did that get posted, Tiffany? Or is that just to me? I just tried to post my email to everybody, and I think I just posted it to myself.
You posted it to yourself.
All right, can you make that as a general?
I'll make it a next.
Thank you. Oh goodness, I put Mrs. Ruvalo in charge of the Q&A, so it looks like I can't actually answer the Q&A. All right, so she's here helping me out with this, but yeah, if you just send me a brief email asking me the question about the tablet info, I'll just email it to you directly. All right, any other questions?
I don't see any other questions. The one question was, are you going to provide the PowerPoint for parents to look at as well as the recording?
I can.
Okay.
If they want it,
Yeah.
Sure.
First test on finding it, put it in Teams.
There you go. Mrs. Ruvalo suggests I put the PowerPoint in Teams for you. I can do that. I'll make sure you guys get it. And while we're at it, since I forgot to put Mrs. Smith's email on the slide, would you mind posting hers in the chat as well? Okay.
Did you see the one where I posted yours?
Yes, I can see it popped up.
Okay, great.
That's why it just jogged my memory to do that. Okay, any other questions, folks? If not, I think we're in good shape. If anyone has any questions, feel free to stick around. Otherwise, I think we're good. All right, and the recording and the PowerPoint will be available on the school website on the reopening the COVID page. So we put it on the reopening page for people so that it is available. We'll make it visible. We'll make it easy to find. Don't worry. So we'll have it on the school website at jpii.org, just like the endings of all our emails. It's a cool website if you haven't checked it out. Highly recommend it. Thank you, Mrs. Ruvalo. Okay. So if there are no other questions,
This meeting is available to download.
yes, it is.
So it will be.
It will be. Absolutely. So we're in good shape.
That is all I see here.
All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for coming to tonight's session. And you know what? I know that questions don't always occur to you when you're here with me, so you are welcome to contact me anytime with any technology questions that you might have. So if you have questions at any point, feel free to contact me. Again, my email is technology@jpii.org. But I do ask that if you are having technical issues, that you please direct those to the help desk. Okay, please direct technical issues to the help desk, because those kinds of emails can get lost in the number of emails that I get on a daily basis. And I want to make sure if you have a technical issue that they get resolved very quickly. So please send those to help desk. And we want to keep those as a separate thing. All right. I appreciate your cooperation with that. Thank you. All right. I hope everybody has a good night, and I look forward to, well, meeting you all here virtually, and at some point I'll see you around the school grounds. I'll be around. I'll see you at arrival and dismissal. I'll be out there.
Comment, not question. It says, thank you. We have a couple of questions, a couple of comments. Thank you. This was very helpful.
Yay.
And a comment, not question. Thank you for the tech support from the tech mom.
Aw, anytime. Tech support I can do. All right. All right, everyone. Have a great evening.